All right, we're back at it again. We have a session IPA. This has been a big thing over the last, I'm going to say 2 or maybe even 3 years. IPAs usually are on the upper end of the ABV scale, usually like 6 or something like that, 7, even 7.5 in some cases before they get into that double IPA range. And not many IPAs are considered to be session IPAs, which are beers, of course, that you can down a few of and still be kind of fine. As far as having to worry about a really bad hangover. IPAs, with all the hops and with all that stuff in it, the fruity flavor and all that stuff, really can wreak havoc on you more than basically almost any other style of beer as far as hangovers, and the worst kind of hangovers you have if you overdo it a little bit. So they kind of, I guess, made these session IPAs to kind of make it so that if you enjoy IPAs, you don't have to worry as much about hangovers if you're just kind of drinking it on a regular day and you don't want to have a hangover in the middle of the week, which who the hell does, especially if they're working. This is, I guess, what this is basically for. This is Pinner IPA from Oskar Blues, which came in my Oskar Blues multi-pack, variety pack, 12-pack. Again, if you can pick one of these up, I definitely highly recommend it. It'll set you back a little over $20 probably. Give or take. This is 4.9% ABV, so this is probably on that higher end of the session IPAs. Usually don't want to have a session beer maybe over 5, then it just becomes something that, why would you call it a session? Because it's kind of just the regular. And they pack an absolute wallop in this beer. They put a ton of stuff in here, and it's only 4.9%. Basically, I think they advertise that this is the most hop heavy beer that you can possibly have as far as an IPA goes, while still having it at a very low ABV, being 4.9. So as we pour in, we see a nice head on this beer, probably about 2 fingers or so, and it looks every bit of an IPA, very cloudy, if you will, and yeah, not very transparent, not very translucent. So let's get a aroma taste, or test, I should say, of Pinner IPA. Oh man, this is a good one. This is very, very citrusy, very mango, very, maybe a hint of pine. Yeah, very Christmas tree-like. Oh man, it's a great aroma to this beer. This is just an outstanding aroma. Excellent. Hard to believe that it's 4.9%. If you put this in front of my nose and said, yeah, this is a 10.5% ABV double IPA, I would totally believe you. There would be no reason not to. I mean, this is just a very hefty aroma for this beer. This is kind of, this is pretty amazing. So let's get the taste now of Pinner IPA. Okay, just a tad of a, it almost tastes like you did take that double IPA I was just talking to you about and watered it down a bit. But very, I mean, for what this is, I mean, it's a coup, because I don't really mind that it tastes a little bit watered down. You're still getting a lot of that zesty fruit taste to it. You're getting that mango, you're getting that grapefruit, the dankness in the back of the tongue. It's just lessened, obviously, due to the fact that it's less ABV, which, you know, you kind of trade that off. Not a very big alcohol bite to it, which is great. And remarkably refreshing. I don't usually consider IPAs an outdoorsy kind of beer. They're a little too heavy usually, I think, for outdoor activities like lawn mowing. If there's anything that would come close to it as far as an IPA goes, it would be a beer like this, 4.9%. Excellent session IPA. Just a home run with what they did in this style. Appearance-wise, great. Aroma is out of the park great for the low ABV. And the taste, I'm taking into consideration what it is. Just a perfect, well done, probably the best that you could possibly do with getting a 4.9% IPA and making it smell and taste as close to a double IPA as you could possibly get with that low ABV. So this gets another 10 out of 10 for me. So that's Pinner IPA from Oskar Blues. Session IPA, do it up, 10 out of 10.